Good news, everyone! I have a workaround for my constant gripe of freighter battles not working. Well, this isn't a new workaround. I knew about this before, but A, I can finally show it to you, and B, I just found out that it still exists. I was under the impression it didn't exist because it kind of hadn't worked before, so I can't guarantee this will happen every time. But one thing about freighter battles, I was complaining in a video recently, or several videos actually recently, that the freighter battles are a broken mess because the freighter will go on lockdown. If that happens, well, they'll go on lockdown way too easily if you so much as hit them. Now, this is a little bit of an exploit and a workaround for that problem. And I can't guarantee it'll work every single time. But one of the things that you could do in this game in the past was predict when freighter battles were going to happen. And how that is they were based on how many jumps you did. After, say, 5 jumps, you would get a freighter battle. And then 5 more jumps, you would get another freighter battle. And then 5 more. I don't know if it was exactly 5, but every few jumps, you would get a freighter battle. And what that led to is a nice little workaround where all you have to do if you fail the freighter battle, or the freighter isn't one that you want, is reload your game before you jumped. So, here you go. I just reloaded my game just a second ago. So we're going to jump to a completely random star. In fact, we're going to jump to... Well, let's just jump to this one. Let's just jump, because, I love Fazali. If you haven't seen my recent episodes dealing with this planet, it's been pretty entertaining. But here we go. And I just got a new freighter, but let's try for a new one. Because, I mean, it was a better freighter than my last one, but I'm not that big of a fan. So here we go, and I'm going to promise you that this is going to be a freighter battle. Whoa, I must be psychic. Look at that, it's a freighter battle. So actually, I'm not psychic, it's just that this system works. So if you ever find yourself in a freighter battle, yeah, you can just reload your last save and jump again. Assuming, of course, your last save was before the freighter battle. I should have attacked that guy. But you know what? I already kind of screwed up because I didn't attack that guy. So let's go ahead and reload current, which was actually me preparing. I actually pre-prepared for the freighter battle because I knew I was going to jump into it. And how you do that is I actually uninstalled all of my storage containers on my current freighter. You can actually see when the game loads, I have all the voltaic cells and stuff in my inventory ready to be rebuilt. Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff. So you can see I have all the voltaic cells and I have the circuit boards for my sales terminal. And the reason I did that is because if you don't disassemble them yourself, the game will only give you half of your resources back. So then it's kind of a pain to rebuild what you already had in your new freighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump, but we're going to jump to a completely different star. And I can't guarantee it, since I'm going to go to a star that I haven't been to. And just so we're aware, I've already tested this a couple times. I've jumped to that star and I've jumped to that star, and they both had freighter battles. But they're also stars I've already visited, as you can see. So I'm going to try this out on a completely new star. So let's jump over here, and I bet you money there will be a freighter battle. And this isn't really news. This is a known exploit. I've seen it around before, but I thought they got rid of it in a later update, later patch. But it is still here, and this isn't meant to show you an exploit. This is meant to show you a way. There you go. And I'm not a big fan of that freighter. Boy, am I not. Not a big fan. That's not very pretty. But I could take part in this freighter battle and see if it's an improvement from the last freighter. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this again, and we're going to keep doing it until I find a freighter I want. Now, an interesting tidbit to note. The freighter that I was defending in the first jump, the long Star Destroyer looking one with the gray stripes. And the reason I know that freighter so well is because I already saved that freighter. And it was in the same star. So I think if I continue to jump to that star, that is the freighter that will appear. So let's go ahead and jump to a different star and see what happens. I could jump back to, well, you know what? Actually, just because I'm talking about it, let's jump back to Fazali there and see if it's that, if it's indeed that freighter again. Yep, it's the exact same freighter. So this is good because if that's the freighter you want, that's how you work around it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and defeat these guys because one of the things I want to check out while I'm here, and I'm sorry that you're going to have to wait for if this runs long, I will cut this part out. But, and I'm not going to piss off the freighter. I'm going to try very hard not to piss off the freighter. So I'm going to lead these guys away, which is going to be hard to do because I didn't attack them. So I'm going to have to wait for a clean shot because I don't want to hit the freighter and make it upset. But as you can see right here, the ship is actually inside the freighter. Well, maybe it's not. It's not. Okay. But sometimes they are actually inside the freighter. So I can get a clean shot on them now. There we go. Now I pissed them off, and I think I might have hit the freighter, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to fly away now so that I can avoid hitting the freighter and upsetting it. I really wish I didn't have to, because I think this takes a lot of the excitement out of the battle. But now I can engage these guys safely and hopefully not enrage the freighter. I used to know about this little glitch where you could just keep spawning in and get the freighter, get another attempt at it, another go at it if you made it mad, but I thought they got rid of it, and it didn't work at one point in time, I swear, but maybe I did something differently that time, did something wrong, because clearly it's still happening, and I'm not sure why it didn't happen that one time. So, as you can see, you can kind of predict when freighter battles are going to happen. And this is a nice way to, A, help exploit and decide which freighter you want to get, and B, you know, save yourself from activating the freighter lockdown bug, where the freighter will go on lockdown if you accidentally hit it with your own weapons or hit one of the wingmen flying around you. So yeah, here we go. How many guys I have left? 6. I'd like to say I thought there was a theory that the quality of pirates and the number of pirates help determine whether or not the freighter is a good freighter, but I really don't see. I mean, I think it was 6 pirates last time too, and they weren't that tough. And stop shooting. Okay, he won't leave the freighter. Somebody around me is attacking me. Ah, there he is. I knew somebody was flying around me, and that guy was totally ignoring me. I really feel like stuff like this takes away from the game, and if it was more of a random number. And the reason I thought they had removed this is because they added the conflict level of different star systems, which I thought determined whether or not a freighter battle would spawn. But to be honest, now that I see that this is still in play, I have absolutely no idea what the conflict level means. I mean, I guess it means that you're more likely to get attacked by pirates, but I don't really see the difference in all the solar systems I fly in. But I don't know. I mean, it's not like I pay attention to that too much, but for a while I was trying to fly into only solar systems that were at war or something, thinking that that would encourage a freighter battle, but I guess that just isn't true. Because I don't know if these solar systems that I'm flying in are all that high conflict, and yet all of them have had a freighter battle in it. So, and one thing to be aware of, if you do buy the freighter, that saves your game. So, I mean, obviously you can reload previous saves, but just be warned that once you buy the freighter, that starts a new save file immediately. So, you know, decide after you decided whether or not you want to reload the game to buy the freighter. Alright. Yeah, these guys really aren't that tough. I'm just taking them down with my photon cannon, although my photon cannon is pretty heavily beefed up. That's a cool ship right there. I'll take that. Though not all the time are the ships in the battles actually in the solar system, I've discovered. Or at least the pirates aren't. The pirates will be completely different ships that will never spawn in the solar system. Alright, I did it, and I didn't piss off the freighter. Whew! So let's go see if it's an improvement of my current freighter, because this is a massive freighter. This thing is big. It is about twice the size of my second to last freighter, and definitely much bigger than my current freighter in scale. But we're going to see if the slot size is different, because I'm currently rolling right now with 33 slots. So here we go. Now that did not save my game. I should note that that did not save my game landing on the freighter. So right now if I reload current, it's going to start back on my freighter before the freighter battle even happened. So just so you are aware. Well, once again, I think they should switch the run and scan buttons, or at least have the option to, because I still keep hitting scan when I mean to run. Because every other game, run is on the left stick. Alright, I'm going to refuse the reward and just take the freighter. 34 slots. So it is an improvement. That's actually weird that it's an improvement, but I don't owe any money. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. This is a nice freighter. So I'm going to compare and move everything over, because that's a really good freighter. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rebuild my warp drives again. I have tons of dynamic resonators, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah. So as I do this, if I buy it, and unfortunately I messed up because you really actually have to disassemble your warp drives before, because if you go here and try to disassemble your warp drives for the parts, it doesn't work. So as you can see, it didn't work. So not too worried about it. I can get the resources easily to build those up, because this is the hard part right here, and I've got plenty of those for this reason. And this is also an interesting thing to point out. Yes, it's weird that it is one slot better and is worth considerably less money than this freighter, but I don't owe anything. And that is not because I chose to buy the freighter rather than take the reward. This is just a weird thing that happens, and I don't understand it. I don't feel like these values mean anything in this game. But whatever, I got a better freighter, so let's take it. So, as you can see, restore points saved. So if I reload current, I'll start right here on this freighter. But if I reload previous, and I'm sorry you're going to have to see a lot of loading screens and a lot of warp screens. It's not very exciting stuff to see. But we are going to get another chance to see if maybe an even better freighter is available. So you can also do that. You can shop around a little bit. So once again, I'm still ready to go here, and I could go ahead and fix my warp engines, but there's no guarantee I'll get that freighter again. You know, I mean a better freighter, because I did do that exact battle in that exact star system, and it was a lesser quality freighter. But that time, it was a greater quality freighter. So you can, in fact, keep trying until you get a much better quality freighter. But we're going to go to this star system and see what pops up there. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a freighter battle again. So this is your workaround. If you accidentally upset the freighter, just reload your game. If that's an option for you. Nah, I'm not a fan of those. I'd rather have the Star Destroyer style. So there you go. I'm just going to go back and be content with the freighter that I had. So I'm going to reload current here. And again, sorry you have to see a loading screen, but there you go. You can just choose any freighter you want until you can get an upgrade. I've given you both an exploit and a workaround for a bug. I think that's a pretty useful video, and once I get back into my brand new Star Destroyer looking freighter, hey Captain, I don't want to pronounce that name. Oh, that sounds really inappropriate. I don't know, maybe I'm just reading it differently than you guys are, but if you see it, you get it. Wow. And there's all my ships in my nice new freighter. Let's go do a little flyby, and then I will close this video out. Sorry, that really caught me off guard. I'm gonna laugh every time I land on my freighter. Oh, she's a pretty beast. She's a pretty beast. I'm happy. I wish it had some color to it, but I don't think it matters because, as I've proven in some other videos, wow, that's a big freighter. Wow. Wow. That's huge. For only one slot better. That's a massive freighter. I wish you could see in my old one. It was tiny next to this. It was barely bigger than a space station, so good lord. But there you go. Here's how to get a nice new freighter. And how to work around that one bug. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video was very helpful to you guys. Have a fun time exploring the galaxy, guys. Bye-bye.